Hey guys, welcome to PremierVRA Academy. Stream will start in a few seconds. Thanks. So just to let you know what I am doing when you see me looking down at my phone, I'm actually just making sure that my stream is actually running well, so I open it up on my phone just to see how it's gonna go. That's all. So right now I'm trying to select the, okay, here we go. Select the right account. Just a second. Alright, and we are live. Welcome to PremierVRA Academy. Today is another very special day. This is our track familiarization day at Kyalami Grand Prix circuit in Johannesburg, South Africa. This is a part of a series that I would like to do called Track Familiarization, where we go to tracks that either we've never tried before or tracks that are pretty much we haven't driven in a while, to try and get familiar with the track, work on our lines, work on all of our reference points. And today we get to do that from scratch. So that's why I'm excited about this. We actually started this yesterday, last night. It was after we had done 20 laps on Imola into a 10-minute race on Imola. Wound up placing P1 in the race, and then now we are here at Kyalami Grand Prix. So we kind of started, we just felt out the track yesterday just to see what it was like. And today we're just going to give it a little bit of just a little bit of a push attempt. I'm not guaranteeing that we're going to be able to push hard, because it's really fresh in our mind. So we'll come out of the pits, got the car running. We'll come out of the pits, got our pit limiter on. Don't want to, take any penalties or cause any grief with the race directors. So coming out of the pits, we always check to see if anybody's in coming down the straight, so we don't be a hazard to them. Okay, so all running wide. This is a fast 2 corners into a nice easy corner. I'm gonna probably want to be all the way to the right on that exit. If I'm not mistaken, this is a very downforce dependent corner. So if you kind of I actually just threw it in there just now, but we're running on cold tires, cold brakes at the moment, so we're not able to do anything. But that corner, I do know, is going to be a plus, if we have some good downforce. I think I said that backwards. Good downforce is going to be a plus in that corner there. So right now, again, we're just familiarizing ourselves with the track. Not doing any push laps. But surely want to see the layout of the land. Oh, this is a nice corner here. I think I'm gonna grow to love that one. Alright, and I believe this is the final corner. Going back into that long straight. I don't know if we get up to, what is it, 200 and something kilometers? Let's see. It's about 230. Yeah, about 230 kilometers on our brakes. Probably gotta stop a little bit better than that. So if we want to survive this thing, and
Got some light damage on the
don't know what that was about. So we're gonna try that again. We're gonna go back into the garage, get this light damage fixed. And we're gonna come out this time. We're gonna do a little bit better job of respecting that, respecting those cold tires. Got no heat in the brakes again. Let's see about that. Okay. This is that corner I was telling you about. Gonna let the speed carry me into that one. So this track looks like it's gonna be very downforce dependent. Oh, this one I remember. It's kind of reminds me of the uphill at Laguna Seca going into the corkscrew. The reason why is because you go up that hill and you can't see the corner as you're up the hill, going up the hill. So in that corner, it looks like you have to actually stay up to the up through the middle. A little more braking power there. Remember, this is track familiarization, so okay, a little slower there. So if memory serves me correct, yesterday we coming out the straight here, we started to apply our brakes at the 150 meter board. So we'll just give that a shot, see what how that stops us. 200, 150. Let's bring us around. Probably got a little bit more there. There we go. Definitely want to utilize more of that, the right side of that track into our nice sweeping corner, sweeping right. While downforce is going to pretty much take us around. This one is a bit tight, as you can see. This one is going to be a left into a right. Nice downforce. Yeah, okay. Here's our uphill I was telling you about. I think we stay straight in the middle. Okay, so a little bit more to the left. Let's see how we take this corner. Okay, so we're gonna just take that around, kind of like that big corner at Suzuka. The big left hand before 130R. Can't think of the net. Oh, just had it. I gotta figure this corner out too. Gotta figure that corner out. And this last corner, I don't think is gonna be super difficult, but you do want to respect it. We could definitely do a little bit faster there. So, and coming into our final corner prior to our straight. So, reminds me of Laguna Seca, the last corner of Laguna Seca. Okay. Alright, took it to about 125. Bring that car in. High speed corner. Too high speed, like just get, run a little wide. Come in. Get a wider exit than last time. Set us up for the right hand, big right hander here. Get some brakes down, just so we can maintain our grip through the corner. Get a little bit wide. Remember, this is a yeah, very short corner. Let's let the momentum take us through here. Braking downshift. Let the car grip through the corner. Stay, remember, our middle road. Okay, so I'm gonna go a little bit slow coming up here. Go a little wide to come around for this apex here. Okay, so we're starting to understand a little bit of the layout. So we're gonna stay wide. We're gonna come in here, maintain some speed, and we're gonna apply our brakes here. Cause this is what's the track? Ah, man, I can't think of the name. Brands Hatch. Reminds me of the corner at Brands Hatch. Alright, let's get around here again. So coming down that straight.
Well done, mate. That's not fastest lap.
Still understanding the layout. About 125, 150, 125. Let's get that car in, turned in. Let's get on that gas. High speed corners. Come off of it. Brake. Come out wide. Yes, make our corner. Go out wide a little bit. Let's get back to the left hand side to set up for the big right hand. A little bit of braking just to maintain our grip as we enter into the corner. You can run wide here because you're gonna have to carry some speed. Definitely don't want to be on the gas on this corner here. Let the momentum of the car. I love this track, man. And it's sad to say I've never driven this. I didn't drive it until yesterday, and today I'm really feel like I really missed out. Oh, I forgot about this corner, how we were gonna attack it. But I really like this track. I mean, this is really gonna be one of my favorites. It's a mixture of high-speed corners and a lot of downforce dependent corners too. So it gives you it gives you that technicality that you're gonna be able to drive in. I mean, I drive a Lamborghini, and I don't think I'm switching anytime soon. But I think Porsches are gonna they could dominate on this track here. The straights are fast, but they're not so fast to where cars will have many opportunities to overtake them on the straights. Fast corner, come out wide, put on our brakes, come back into our corner, come out, stay wide. I raced the Porsche. I raced against the Porsche yesterday, to where the Porsche, I passed the Porsche on the straight. So the Lamborghini has great power on the straights in comparison to the Porsche. Ooh, that was my fault. It has great power on the straights in comparison to the Porsche having well, let me get that straight. The Lamborghini has great power on the straights, right? As opposed to the great agility of the Porsche in the corners. Put it to you like that. Don't judge me. So say, oh, you trying to sound smart. Well, I'm trying not to be dumb anymore. How about that? Alright, ain't nothing wrong with trying to up your vocabulary and up your knowledge. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. Alright, coming out the pit, so always look to your right. Make sure that nobody else is coming down, doing a flying lap, or you could cause a serious accident, damaging equipment, if not causing death. Oh wow, okay. The turning is a lot sooner than I thought. One of my pet peeves is when you're practicing flying laps, right? And then you decide to come out the pits, one of your laps, and now you're going a lot slower into the corners that you're usually going super fast in. Okay. So it just took a little bit more braking into that corner. This one here. So our uphill, might want to stay out left. Come up to the middle. I gotta find out. I gotta find out where the markers are. I didn't even look to see where the braking markers were in order to get a nice reference point. So that's when I'm looking for a reference point. I'm looking for those markers. If not, if I can't find any markers, then I'm looking for something on the track, some fixed object, you know, anything. Don't use shadows really, because shadows move. You know, there's this thing with time on the game, that time progression where the sun actually moves across the track over time. And then what if you race at night? Now your shadow that you've depended on is gone. We got a little bit more to the 100 meter. I think I see something coming into this corner as opposed to before. Like, I don't think I want to attack that turn one. I gotta see how it was, but there's something that just kind of stood out to me. Let the arrow take you around. The car's got enough power. Let's get around here. Alright, let's stay wide. Make sure we allow ourselves a nice intro to the next corner. Okay, I saw the boards. Alright, I gotta. The last board looked like it's. I thought if I put my brakes on at the last board, then I'd be just making the corner. But I put my brakes on at the last board and actually realized that I still have more distance to go, so I'm not gonna use that board anymore. About 10, 15 meters, 20 meters after that board, so don't worry, our lap pushes are coming. They're not there yet. We're not at the moment where you can just sail through it. Alright, so there's something weird about this corner. Okay, so I guess it's this. When I make my turn in, maybe if I set myself up on this side of the corner, it'll give me a better entrance here. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. See? So I think that's a better angle for time's sake. So we'll see on our next lap if we can pretty much shoot through there with that plan. So we need to be down in about second gear. Third gear, I'm coming in there too high. I need a little more stability. This is second gear into third gear. Alright, so that's the 50. If I put my brakes on slightly after the 50, then I'm able to make this corner and make it wide. I wish I had my triple monitors again. I actually right now I'm using a 49-inch ultra wide, but the triple monitors, what they did was they allowed me to see all the way like out into the distance to my, like, you know, using my peripherals and whatnot. I could pretty much gauge things better. But the ultra wide is cool, but it's like having a gigantic windshield without anything else. So if you can imagine. All right, we're back at turn 1. Let's see exactly what we were talking about here. So stopping at the close to the 100. Let the car take us around. Come out a little wide that way into a right. Yep, perfect. Look at the time. We're in the green. But now we got to pretty much set up for this corner here. So we lost all that time by having a bad entry into that corner. So now we know we can do better. I got to stop jumping on the brakes like that. One of the lessons we'll go over is the weight transfer. So right now we're doing track familiarization. That's right now. A future lesson we'll do weight transfer. How we'll get through these corners while balancing the car's center of gravity. Because that's what it's all about with a GT3 car. Definitely want to be wide. Oh yeah. So I'm enjoying this track. It doesn't look like I'm doing very well, but as you're gonna see how well we start to do as we get more familiar with this track. I'm having so much fun because the track is pretty much offering me a tutorial on aero. I always cut off my ignition. It's offering me a tutorial on aerodynamics and allowing the car to use the downforce to get around it. Now I can only imagine. See, this is a default tune. I don't tune the car. I like driving in default tunes, right? I'm not racing anyone. We're learning the layout of the land, and what's happening is we're learning a lot by trying to find time with a slow setup. When you do sim racing, you really have to, you know, have a bit of contentment. You got to be content with the circumstances. Why? Because not all the time can you jump into a server with a bunch of like clean racers, right? Most of the time you jump into a server, you're gonna be in there with a bunch of guys and girls who have no skill, who have no regard. They'll just like crash you, and when they crash, they'll just text, sorry. It's like, dude, I just went through a half hour of practice, 15 minutes of qualifying, and you take me out corner 1 just to say I'm sorry. It's like, bro, you can't give me all of that time back. No way. Let's try it. Alright, just a little bit too much, right? 125 is fine for us. We're gonna allow the car to A lot of car to handle. And then after this, you know, I'm gonna run a race. So this is lap 10. Maybe after about lap 15, we'll run a race. We can run that race, and then that way we'll be able to gauge where we are. We get to see how the AI will take certain corners where they'll apply their braking and match it to where we apply ours. Then after familiarization, then we'll do our push the limit test, where we'll, instead of keep it humble, we'll try and find the most outlandish racing lines. We'll try and just push the limits. Remember, we push the limits so that, you know, if we go over the limits, we can always dial it down, as opposed to dialing it up. See, when you look at like, let's say Formula One, right? Like the real racing Formula One. When you look at these guys, they have to dial it up. They can't come into free practice and push the limits of the car and test the limits of the track, you know, immediately, because their cars have not been tuned and dialed in, right? So they'll have their free practice, and you'll see a lot of them spinning out, right? Free practice 1 into 2, but then now going into qualifying, those cars will be dialed in, top notch. So these guys have grip that it will make your mouth drop. You say, oh my God, I thought he was gonna crash. This guy comes around that corner, car hugging the corner, just unbelievably. That's because these guys are progressively get into the limits of the track in the car. This time by the race, when guys are in their way, they know where they got to put the brakes on. They know what they got to do. But for us, since crashing is not a big deal, right, we're going to push the limits of the car and the track early and then dial it down. I'd rather say, hey, you know, let's show that corner a little bit more respect next time as we go into the pits after a big crash. See, when they go into the pits after a crash, millions of dollars have to be spent. You know what I mean? Lap invalidation. Yeah, we're gonna tear this corner up right here, man. I'm going to. I have a feeling the Astons and the Porsche is gonna be in front, because those guys are the most. And I think ACC does a good job of putting cars like that up front to let you know, like, you know, these guys tore qualifying up, you know, in an imaginary sort of way. So far out. Okay. Where we at? Lap 12? Yeah, about lap 15. We'll call it a practice, and then we'll get into the race. So I can see how some of these corners get taken by. Oh, look at that, man. It's like a continuous corner. When you think it's done, it's more. How the AI takes these corners. So, second gear, third gear. Yep, second gear into third gear. real acquainted with that corner. So right now, just in the back of my mind, I'm just gonna keep some data for overtaking. So most likely this is a pretty good overtaking point. You can always position yourself on the inside of the corner and kind of, you know, make it difficult for the opponent to turn in. So that's always going to be in the back of my mind. Now trying to find another, that car arrow taking me around, trying to find another overtaking point. I'll think about it as we go around this track now. But I don't know if there are many, because this track is not really big, so it doesn't allow you, like what was I gonna say? It doesn't allow you so much space, so many straights to where you'll be able to do it. I'll take that back. Maybe it does. At lap 13, so about 2 more. Oh man, I don't have any more. I think I got some damage from the crash, because I think the front is pretty much going away. Where's my 8? Okay, I'm sorry, I wasn't even looking. How about that? All right, so we'll give it about 2 more laps. So since we're going to return to the garage, we'll do 1 out lap and then a push lap, and then we'll start the race. I did it again. One thing I had to get used to driving GT3 cars from Formula 1 was the fact that the power has to like build up. That I was not used to. I'm like, I step away, I'm flooring the throttle, and I'm like, where's the power? GT3 cars got power, but it's a really heavy car. It's a really heavy car. You can feel it. And once you get that power going, now you got to exercise excellent braking technique to stop the car. There we go. Get up on that curve a little bit. Come down in a second. Come up the hill flying. I gotta attack this corner better, because this is really getting me, man. I like these 2 corners because, you know, it just makes everything it flows really smoothly. I would definitely want to master this one into this corner here. So I just tried something different than what I've been doing before. Put our braking on just right before we even touch the sausage curb. Definitely don't want to hit that thing in the heat of the race. Alright, so this one we'll use here as our push lap. Well, we have 2, so we'll do 2 pushes, and then we'll start our race. So 150, 125, we'll throw off. Come around, oh, too early on the turning. Don't want to get too far off. Turn in, let the car's arrow take us around. Suspension. Or mechanical grip. Don't want to be sliding, want to just exercise much grip. We'll use that meter board to get us around. Alright, we'll use that meter board on the left to get us around. Let's run up on the curve a little bit. That's the meter board here. Around. Nice long lasting corner there. Coming downhill like madmen and women. Get a little bit of Now that made no sense because whatever. Touched the dirt. I got curb greedy, so trying to maximize, you know, just the path, a least resistant path. So I figure I could just coast over it, but can't beat physics, huh? Oh, too early on the, maybe we'll get a better turn and we'll make up the time. Let's get that grip going around. There we go. Oh, come on. I messed up. I wasn't aware of my weight transfer just now when I put my foot on the brakes. Car dives forward, back gets light. Definitely want to use that gas in order to equalize everything. Alright, so we're going to do a better job at this corner as opposed to run. Want to definitely hit that apex. But as that, this is lap 15, so after we cross the finish line, we will be starting our first race at Kyalami racetrack.
Well done, mate. Rest all the best.
Alright, that's a good thing to hear, going into a race. So we're going to quit. And then we're going to jump into this race. And we are going to hope for the best. No, we're not going to hope for the best. We're going to race for the best outcome. Let's see. Good. I love what I do. I really do. I'm at work. Wherever I am, and I'm just thinking like, I can't wait to get home and start streaming. So we're starting from 5th. So I've never started a race on this track. So I don't know where the, okay, I see where we are, but I don't know at what point they're gonna say go. It looks like it varies. I'm not gonna lie. It looks like they wait until you cross the finish line, but I don't know, Imola, for some reason the finish line, Imola, Suzuka, it varies with each track and each game, each sim. So it looks like it's gonna be the start line.
Green line, go, go, go.
So here's where we get the power
Right.
for overtaking.
3 wide.
Let's see if we
On the
can.
right.
Oh God, dude. These guys are having nothing of it. Let's restart that. And this time we'll come into it with some sense. Even if we have to start from third, not start from third, but you know, start from 5th. Maintain 5th. You know, this is supposed to be a study lap, and I allowed my competitive heart to try and overtake me. So it's a battle. You definitely gonna have to like battle with yourself and exercise some discipline. My man ran wide. Looked like he's about to go out, spin. So see, you see the Astons and you see the Porsche. I got Aston, Bentley, Porsche, Porsche. So 2 Porsches, a Bentley, and the Aston. The Bentley is surprisingly fast as well.
Car on the right.
Alright, we'll let you fight on the inside.
Clear on the right.
Oh, wow, dude. You can't turn in on me like, jeez.
Car on the right.
He literally put his car on my side and just...
Clear on the right.
Okay. This guy obviously doesn't care, so... Alright, so I believe we're in 3rd position. I'm glad we didn't take a safety hit to our safety rating. Let's maintain grip, we'll maintain speed. We'll use our marker here. Allow the car's arrow to take us around. And you see how we're maintaining a nice, uh-oh, I made a big mistake.
On the left. Clear on the left.
I made a big mistake. I'll give him his position back. I saw that he didn't put his brakes on, so I figured I would try it out as well. The car pretty much maintained some nice corner in there, but I had outside position and I was not turning in on top of him there, so, and I don't think the car would have been able to because I was going a little bit too fast. See how they go out wide? So we were right about this. See? Alright, so now, remember I was saying that the Lamborghini has really nice power on the straight. So let's see if we're gonna make up some time on the Porsche up there. These guys are smoking. Pretty much made up no time. Uh-oh. Oh no. I upset my suspension so bad on the series of corners there. Those sausage curbs, they will take you out. You'll usually spin, but I guess because we were going in the direction of the curve. Yeah, this is a track that is very well suited for our more agile cars, our Porsches, our Aston Martins. Oh man, these guys are really like taking me out. Just gear down, get oh, that's on me? Oh man.
Car on the left.
I see, I'm giving him space. You see how that goes? That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to give these guys space. If you hit car on left, you don't put your car on top of the guy and...
Car on the left.
Alright, so we started in... I think just pretty much stay here because he has to make an adjustment for us. Oh, look at that. So we'll just... I was going to try and undercut him, but it probably better suits us to try and just get him on a straight up pass in the turn one. Alright, so I didn't plan to do too well first race of Kyalami, so you know, tomorrow is another day. We'll give it what we got. Less mistakes. We've done 15 laps of the track prior to the race for our familiarization, and we jumped into a race that we were not ready for. But there's no harm. I mean, come on, right? Sim racing. So let's use our arrow to take us around. So that's basically what the AI did. They just allowed the arrow to take them around that corner. It's a pretty fast corner actually for that. It doesn't feel as though you can allow your arrow to take you around that. It feels like you're gonna have to hit your brakes. But no, like the car can handle it. So having your tires on the dirt like that is not a good thing when it comes down to grip. Really not. It's like you'll just be spinning. You're moving because of just physics, but you're not gonna get any grip out of that. Here we did it again with the curve. So as you see, the curve here is more forgiving than any other curve you're going to experience because it actually flows like you're going in the direction over the corner. So it's going to be a lot more forgiving than, let's say, if the curve was laying out like a speed bump. So basically you want to be in a lower gear in that corner. This is our arrow corner. So we gotta learn how to get smooth right with it. This is a first gear corner if I've ever seen it. So this guy is behind me trying to really get around me, and I'm going slow. After this race, we'll do a little bit of a debrief concerning what's going on, what you're seeing, what we've learned. I can tell you that I have not been in the correct gears for these corners. I'm starting to understand that now, as I'm looking at the exit of the exits of the AI cars. These guys are flying through here. Our second gear get us around this corner. This one is our slight lift off, and let the car's mechanical grip take us around. I like that. Just gotta maintain a speed that's gonna carry me through the corner, and not allow my rear to come out from under me. If you can see, these guys are not so far up the road. They're up the road, but I mean, they're not like gapping us 20-something seconds, you know. I can't tell well, like the distance. Oh. I said I wanted to see if my arrow would get me around that one, and it's like, no, bro, you gotta hit the brakes there. Yeah, no, I took a safety hit just now for that. My rejoin. Alright, so let's give this final lap all we have. Perhaps we can get a position back with this gentleman against him. This corner right here is my weak corner, so we made some pretty good time on him, but then we got into that corner that I struggled with, and
car on the left.
Couldn't get the car stopped enough.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Final time, no, second to
The leader has finished the race.
come on, hold that together, dude. Alright, so what is this? P7 from what? P5?
Alright, check it flag. Good job. You did the best you could.
Alright, not
bring
gonna
the car
prolong our briefing. So, what happened? This is our second day on Kyalami. Yesterday we just wanted to get familiar with the layout. Today we wanted to try and delve deeper into the layout, but trying to now gauge our limits, set our limits around the track. That way tomorrow we'll be able to push our limits. I wanted to jump into a race because I wanted to see how the AI smoothly operates around the track. You know, like how do they position themselves? Not too much the braking, because the AI's braking and our braking is going to be different, because sometimes our legs are not so strong and our pedals are not set up, so it's always going to vary. Sometimes you see me stepping on it, like standing on the brakes. Other times you see me coasting, so that varies a lot. So it's going to be a little bit different, our braking points from the AI's braking points. So we jumped into the race, started 5th place. I was doing pretty decent until I entered the first 3 corners on maybe lap 2 or 3. Those first 3 corners, I broke the series, I broke the flow of it, and I hit the sausage curve to the point where it upset my suspension. I ran wide. I was able to hold the car together just to be able to rejoin back onto the track, to which I was passed, and you know how that goes. So now you're just fighting for position again. We were able to fight with the who was that in front of us? We were able to fight with the Mercedes, who had passed us in the early laps when I made my error. In the mid to later race where I made another error. We were passed by the Mercedes, and I was able to push him, and push as far as like late break him, out corner him, and get up on him. The 3rd to final corner, I tried to overtake him, but I overshot and I basically ran it wide. He took the place back. I tried to take him on the 2nd to last corner, to which I believe I hit the curb again and ran wide. So, just setting us up for tomorrow, where we do where we start to do push the limits of the track now. We're running default settings, but eventually, as we go on, we'll start to get into the tunes and things like that. But at the moment, I do want to run default settings. I want to see that. I want to see our skill level rise up. Because I believe that if our skill level rises on a default settings, once we get a car tuned in to our liking, I think we're just gonna be smoking everyone. So we're definitely making progress. Definitely, even the stream is definitely making progress. I'm gonna start campaigning soon to get some more subscribers right now. So I appreciate you joining us today. Um, I ask that if you have friends or kids, this is a kid-friendly uh, s- stream. So if you have any children that you want to get involved with racing, check it out. Subscribe. I know a lot of my kids, they like to watch little girls play with toys and things like that, or whatever they like to watch. And if you have anybody that's interested in automotive racing, let them sit down and learn something a little bit. The stream is only for about an hour, if not 50 minutes. So um, just yeah, subscribe, like, share, post it to your Facebook pages if you can. If you can, just continue to support us here at Premier. We're doing something great for the community. All right. So as I always say, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me.